Welcome to the Pauper Gauntlet, brought to you by MTGO Tickets. We're in round 3. This is the first video of round 3, and I'm going to play Mono Black Control by Negator. MTGO Tickets. Look at the price. Sell your tickets for 98 cents or buy them for 89 cents. Alright. We are in the tournament practice room for the very first time. We don't get to play Red Green Tron because we have to play Mono Black Control, the tier 1 deck. It's the first one facing elimination. On Christmas Day you'll get Kuldortha Mardu on this channel by a request of my fellow co-hosts on the Magic Gathering Strat show. You may or may not get videos on the reserve channel until the 27th. But there will be a video on the main channel every day, and this is the first one. In round 3 of the Pauper Gauntlet, every deck that gets eliminated gets eliminated. It's gone from the gauntlet, but you still have a chance to vote them back after round 4. So if you feel that the deck is unjustly eliminated or that you really want to see it in the gauntlet, you can vote it back after round 4. Achuma is going to try to take us down. Yeah, Sign in Blood, 2 Swamps, that's all we'll ever need. Let's see what we're up against. It's obviously not all we're ever gonna need, but we're gonna draw some swamps. It's gonna be great. Playing 22 lands, of which 2 are Baron Moors. So, Ashuma, you have to play 1 card for this match to count, otherwise I will be sad, having said all this and not being able to post it. Or I will have to play a card. Somebody has to play a card. He is thinking about whether or not to mulligan. One of these rounds, last year it was round 4, will be a major slaughter. And I hope it's not round 3. 70 decks came into round 3. We lost 8 decks in round 2. It is something white, and that's fantastic, isn't it? Now we can safely sign in blood. Looking for more lands, and we find them. Life has been good to us. So maybe it's that blue-white tileless tribe thing that I don't know. It's just BorosKitty. Or something Boros. So looks like an excellent time for shitting rats to do its magic. Getting witches online feels inferior to shittering rats. Getting stuck on 3 land is not the end of the world. We have stuff to do. I'm sure BorosKitty is in the sideboard plan. It isn't. Witches don't do a ton here. Oh no, witches do a ton. But I think I have to play Rager. I'm going to attack because I'll happily trade for 2 of his tokens to make my Shanish Edicts live again. Yes! And I think that was more important than gaining devotion count. Now I can edict and play witches. Oh no! Yeah, the plan remains the same. Or maybe keep up victim right now. It's just the edict, isn't it? We have to do something for the 2 mana. Hopefully play something else. No Skyfisher. So I'm going Edict here. Even though Witches can be used against it. I feel like I can't waste Victim of Night here. Witches! I remember BorosKitty versus Mono Black Control to be a pretty tight matchup before a Grey Merchant, but now Grey Merchant should be a killer in this matchup. I feel he will have a pretty hard time overwhelming us now. But he can outvalue us with all his card draw. I think it will be hard. Witches are now dead. Shitting Rats or Chainish Edict. I think it is Chainish Edict. As we don't want to get low. And Shitting Rats will still be efficient next turn. He can easily have 3 Galvanic Blasts. Or something similar. So killing off his guys seems like a good idea. The problem often for BorosKitty is these durdling hands that you just... not much happens. It's not the hardest deck in the world to control. Okay, now we don't have anything to... Okay, yeah, drawing cards is what we want to do. Play Shitting Rats. Play Witch's Edict next turn and then Grey Merchant. How scared should I be of 14 damage? I'm not that scared. Firebolt. So I still think I got to go for some Grey Merchant value. Corrupt to the Face is tempting, but also premature. He can't get out. He can't get my cards, the cards in my hand. In any way, I don't feel like I'm in danger here. I will cast Grey Merchant next turn. Mr. Glinthawk. So to be truly mana efficient here, I should Victim of Night him. I think, because I won't be able to cast Chainish Edict next turn. I'm getting a 1-for-1 here is probably okay. So I will do that. And we'll attack with Witches first. 5 cards. Celestial Flare. Yeah, that was a mistake. I did not expect that for certain. Also now Grey Merchant doesn't do. I was playing around a Bolt. I figured that he would bolt the Grey Merchant or the Witches in case I played Grey Merchant. So now I wanted to get the 1 damage in. One mana left to flashback Chainish Edicts. Okay, 4 mana Grey Merchant is probably enough. Let's go for that. Or 4 Devotion Grey Merchant. Core Sanctifiers having no target. Crypt Rats, that's interesting, but I am just gonna edict him and beat down now. Still staying at 40. Now he's down to 2 cards, so the risk of him bolting me out is very small. Do I play these Crypt Rats? I think that's a mistake. Because then, or maybe not. I do 4 with Grey Merchant. And then 6. To Crypt Trap him out seems far-fetched. I think I'm gonna stress his removal here instead. Or get an extra devotion for the Grey Merchant. Skyfisher, but now I'm going Grey Merchant. Of course I don't have a choice. I do have a choice if I find 1 swamp. Then I'm probably gonna edict. And I will be very reluctant to use Corrupt on a creature. Okay, give me a swamp now so I get the tough choice. And I got the swamp and I will flashback the edict. And beat down for 3. Crypt Rat beatdown, not to be underestimated. And now we have a 5 mana Grey Merchant and a 7 damage Corrupt. Living Weapon. Starring as a useless 1/1. Well, it can block Crypt Rats. Okay, I don't know how to play around this anymore, so I am just going to Grey Merchant. Now we have 8 damage coming up from the Corrupt. Will you bolt? If he bolts the Crypt Rats now, I will probably use them. Even if that means risking Grey Merchant to another bolt. Okay, maybe I will not. Maybe I will just let Crypt Rats go. He Galvanic Blasts the Grey Merchant. And that's okay, of course. And then he bolts the Crypt Rats. No, he bolts the Chittering Rats. Interesting. So we get 1 Devotion Count, but he is out of cards. As am I. And I didn't get very close to being able to corrupt him out. So now we might get into a spot where we have to use Corrupt to kill a creature. Yeah, Crypt Rats beatdown. Corrupt for 9. What if he plays a core Skyfisher here? Oh. We can still just Crypt Rat it, right? Oh, we should... Oh, we Corrupt for 9 and then we kill him. And now we Crypt Rats at the end of turn here and kill him. Sorry, what am I thinking? That's the way we do it, of course. We can even Crypt Rats now. He doesn't have any cards in hand, so... Let's just Crypt Rat for 9. And end it with the Corrupt. Yeah, that was dangerous. I was thinking I don't know what I was thinking, but I was definitely thinking incorrectly. But here comes Corrupt. No sideboard. No sideboard plan. Affinity, Burn, Delver, Hexproof, MBC, Rugtron, Blue-Black, Reachless, Other Control. Is this a control deck? It does have Boros Garrisons. So do I go the land destruction route? I think I do. I think I'm gonna look at this as a control deck. Let's read the text and see if it says anything. The best way of dealing with control decks. BorosKitty, but he doesn't mention BorosKitty. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go against the control thing. Rancid Earth. Icequakes. Sideboarding out Witches. So actually BorosKitty is not mentioned. BorosKitty is. So I might make a bad judgment call here. Disfigure. Oubliettes. Oh, they are pretty vulnerable in this matchup. The Grey Merchants. If this doesn't work, I'll sideboard back. But now we have the control. Or is this other aggro? I think maybe the correct thing is no sideboarding, but please mention BorosKitty in your sideboard plans. This has been a tier 1 deck from time to time. And I am very likely to run into it. He mentions blue-red control, but not BorosKitty. Am I blind? It's not here, right? So I'm gonna do it the safe way. I am gonna first play this and then sideboard back. I'm gonna keep because I will draw great cards. He mulligans. So the land destruction plan is likely to work. Don't have any mulligan instructions either. Draw another land destruction spell. That's super good. Now the best thing would be Core Skyfisher bouncing a land. But no. Mono black land destruction reappears in the gauntlet. It was eliminated in round 2, but here it is again somehow. Good work, Negator. Mr. Skyfisher. And the third land. I think I need to destroy lands here. If that is to be my plan. And then go for Edict something on turn 5. Missing land drops now would be critical. Way ahead on the clock. Oh, he didn't play. He played Grey's Furnace and destroyed it. So he must have a lot of land. I feel that I have to play Shittering Rats here. Oh, for X and Ranger because I want to draw the 5th land. For a Pestilence for 1. So Rager. And there is the 5th land. Glintalk. So you need a Pestilence for 3. The risk that he can burn us out is enormous. So if we play Pestilence, if we Pestilence for 1, get rid of all of those guys, and then we probably can't get rid of Pestilence. We're gonna take 5, 6. We'll be within bolt range, and we have no way to gain life. So what's the right line here? 5, 4. We take 9. We die to a lightning bolt. With Shitting Rats we take 6. Yeah, I think the land destruction plan was not the right way. I'm going Pestilence here. And then I'm not gonna use it for 3, but gonna double Chain of Shield, but then I have nothing. Being at 7 here, having removed all my life gain except that card, I think I need to stay at a high life total. And going down to 4 is crazy. He will be able to Galvanic Blast me, so that doesn't work. Okay, I'm going back to the other sideboard plan if I lose here. But obviously my land destruction plan, I don't know actually. Seven is pretty dangerous. Yeah, he has 3 artifacts. So it's death. Yeah. Scratch that. Go back. Witches come in again. Oubliettes. Grey Merchant. Disfigure. Take out Befoul. Ice Quakes. Choking Sands. Rancid Earth. And here we go. Those Gurmaganglers, I want to see them. Other control, other aggro, but this is neither a control deck nor an aggro deck because it's a mid-range deck. I do want to play first. Give me a good hand now. I don't want to eliminate. Oh god. This hand could be super dangerous. If I find the land, what is my chance of finding land? I'm starting. So I have 20 more lands. So it's 1 in 2.5 on turn 2, and then 1 in 2.5 on turn 3, giving me maybe 36% chance, 35, somewhere around there, to miss completely. If I do, I only have Shinish Edict. God, is this a keep or not? Shitting Rats Kiba Gang will be fantastic, but getting to 4 or 5 mana here is hard. I have no idea if this is a keep or not. I'm gonna toss a coin. Okay, heads or tails? Heads keep, tail. They're totally other words in Swedish. Tail is mulligan. And it's tail, so we mulligan. And this does look somewhat better. I'm gonna keep this. And I am gonna keep a Chittering Rats. And now we are at risk of eliminating the one of the tier 1 decks. That would be horrible. Definitely going to go for Rager to try to not miss land drops. Oubliette is a double-edged sword here, as it could easily be destroyed by a Sanctifier. Rager desperately digging for land. We find the land. So now we can go Chittering Rats. And yes, another Durdle turn. Unless he plays Mountain Rebirth, but he doesn't. So we have all the time in the world here. Oh, we don't have all the time in the world. I'm definitely gonna Sign in Blood here. Or am I? I can Sign in Blood next turn. Play Chittering Rats. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Play Chittering Rats. Because I didn't miss a land drop this turn. Sign in Blood the turn I'm missing a land drop. What? Beetleback Chief. Interesting. Stick to the plan. Find the land. Cast the Chittering Rats. Or should I Oubliette the Beetleback Chief? Maybe I should even Tendrils it, because it's a great bounce target. But now I have an army of 2/2s and Crypt Rats, so maybe let him bounce that. Then he won't draw any cards. Rebirth. Crypt Rats for 1 is sure gonna be efficient here. Hope he goes for the Beetleback Chief now. Then I'm gonna wait with Crypt Rats for 1. Then my play this turn would be to Tendrils the Skyfisher. No, he returns Ichor Wellspring. He has 5 cards. Oh, he sends Beetleback Chief to his death. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to kill him. With the creature with the least devotion. He doesn't have like first strike or something, no? There could be some like rights shenanigans or something, so maybe I should just take the 5 creatures. A greedy thing would be Sign in Blooding, but then I could get trapped. Yeah, I'm just gonna Crypt Rat for 1 here. It feels like the safe thing to do. Then I can even attack, because I can get the Skyfish here. If he blocks. Oh yeah, he's so scared of Grey Merchant, he just lets me 1-for-1 his things, and I think that's correct. For me. But I'm not sure, it might be a misconception. This is a tricksy matchup, and I've played it mostly from the BorosKitty side. And being super concerned about Grey Merchant seems like not like a really bad idea. Rebirth. So I got all the witches as well. So if I sign in blood here, I should be able to find some blocker. There is some blocker. So I am casting Sign in Blood. Nice. I don't need to do anything else than cast a Gurma Gangler here. So Sign in Blood, Rager Chittering Rats, Feigning Unearth. And now we just need to stay alive, so kill stuff. So this is the critical turn if he has rights or something. But I don't think that's commonplace. He can do 12 damage. There's my Tendrils target. So much stuff I want to do and so little mana to do it. So I'm gonna Tendrils the Glinthawk. And I'm gonna do it while he's tapped out. Oh, now I can Dark Ritual Pestilence. But I think that takes me too low. So I am not going to. I'm just gonna Tendrils the Glinthawk and swing. Do I even Edict? No, I'm gonna Pestilence next turn with Dark Ritual. So getting 5 life should be enough here. And then we Pestilence next turn. There is some risk. We've seen one Galvanic Blast. Firebolt Bolt. That's amazingly good for me. Because it means he can't burn me out. So I end up at 12. I'm gonna use Pestilence here. And I am gonna Pestilence at his turn, of course, so he has to spend the turn not doing anything. And then I have time to cast the Chittering Rats. I don't think it was worth taking 3 damage to... Oh, nice. And I don't think he can eliminate all my threats with his removal. I think that will be a tall order. Being at 12 is dangerous, so I will cast the Grey Merchant as soon as I can. I get one. There is a firebolt in the graveyard. Okay, maybe I should Oubliette this guy. If there's only one creature, I will Oubliette it. But it's dangerous, isn't it? Because of Sanctifiers. Okay, I'm gonna Victim Unite it. Okay, we don't need to fear Celestial Flare because he doesn't have mana for it. So now it's the attack before Grey Merchant plan. Yeah, and now he's pretty hard pressed. And I'm at 16. And I'm very happy I didn't go for the land destruction plan here. So now I know that against the mid-range decks I will stick to the aggro plan. Please correct me if I'm wrong here. And he had Sanctifiers. And it's awesome. So I am going to Edict it first, because Edict can't be destroyed afterwards. Gonna use Oubliette last against the deck with Sanctifiers, but he probably only has 2 Sanctifiers. He's at 5. I'm sure he has a removal for the Shittering Rats, but that's not the problem here. Alright, Guardian of the Guild Pact. That's... okay, now I'm gonna have to Oubliette and change Edict. So, Oubliette. Getting the Skyfisher. And Edict. Worst case, I have Dark Ritual, Flashback, change Edict. 2 cards left in his hand to control. That card was another card. Hopefully a land. He should have, he has the Firebolt. But he plays another Guardian of the Guild Pact instead of removing the Shittering Rats. That feels super dangerous. So now I just Dark Ritual, change Edict. I would definitely have gone for the Fireball, for the Firebolt, as he is now in such danger. This might be a Rage Quit. But he's not dead yet. He has one more turn to control, and then he has the removal. So I'm definitely not gonna kill him next turn. But now I can Sign in Blood him to death. No! Okay, I couldn't Sign in Blood him to death. But he has to flashback. Okay, he had a Lightning Bolt. So now even this Shittering Rat cannot destroy him. But this Shittering Rat is coming. First we Sign in Blood. What do we? Do we save the Sign in Blood here for the kill? No, I'm not gonna get the kill that way. I have to Sign in Blood, as he has the Firebolt. He might have forgotten about it. Look at that. Ah, that's a good... Okay, so now we can't kill him unless... We have to draw a Grey Merchant before he draws a Sanctifier. He's still a Grey Merchant range. And we just top deck into this. The irony of the Oubliette on my Sanctifiers. Whoa, mono black control. I think I made a terrible mistake by putting in the land destruction plan. But it was so tempting, and I think the mistake I did was misassigning my role. But it is not very clear. We are both mid-range decks. I don't think mono black control is a real control deck. But maybe I am clearly the control deck. What do you think of the role assignment here? Who is the beatdown and who is the control deck? Thank you for watching.